What is up, guys? And I am happy to welcome you to the Red Chaos One channel, the home of the web fiction pulp of YouTube himself. And today we shall be stepping into the dark underbelly of future cyberpunk. Now, remember to dye out your gelled hair, grab your artificial body parts, and let's rage against the corporations as we take this look into the top 5 web novels that I recommend. Cyberpunk Edition. Now, number 5, we start with ScribbleHub that comes swinging towards us with the story Legacy of Terra Forgotten. A great story already completed with 28 chapters and a sequel, so you will love the fact that this story has been completed. But as you know, in order for me to properly sell these books that I'm recommending, I'm going to give you a little taste of the synopsis. So, Lucas, codename Helix, is the combat technomedic of Demon Squad. It was their task to protect Station 37H and the Project Goliath. All Lucas is certain of is that something went terribly wrong in what was going to be their last stand. He was prepared to meet them on the other side. Instead, he finds himself in a familiar place, surrounded by faces he has never seen before. His last memory separated by centuries from the present. His first priority is to find his squad. His second is to keep the secrets of Goliath. His third priority is to figure out how to achieve the previous two, because he and the entirety of Demon Squad have become nothing more than specters in the annal of history. He has become forgotten. I pretty much hope that sold you on this story. Now, remember that this, like all other stories that I'm going to mention here, have links in the description below, so you can instantly just go and check them out and give the authors some love. And so we move on to number 4, in which we turn to RoyalRoad with our story called Vagrant. Now, this story might be on hiatus, but you will enjoy 21 chapters worth of content. And the story synopsis is as follows. In the year 2150, Chicago is ruled by the elite, upper class, and everyone is monitored by government surveillance. Desiree Aberthany is the daughter of a rich congressman who wants all personal and extracurricular argumentations outlawed. In a world of technology, this type of ideology can taint a family name and put hit markers on anyone who wears it proudly. Luckily for Desiree, that type of respect is not in her blood. After a streak of rebellious involvement with minor illegal activities, Desiree finds herself involved with a notorious gangbanger who wants to use her for her father's database of sensitive intel. What was once a relatively innocent exchange turns into a life of stealing, murder, and personal advancements that will turn Desiree's life on its side. When she dives into the infamous gang Weird Sec and explores her options as a street criminal, she finds issues within politics, within herself, and war hidden beyond the artificial neural network that could mean the end of her and everything that she knows. So, another great story, RoyalRoad. You will love it. Remember, links in the description below. Now let's go to number 3. And now, with number 3, we're stepping into the waters of WebNovel.com with the story Stumble into the Future, whose synopsis is as follows. Batu, a high school delinquent, finds himself in a pinch when he was surrounded by a rival gang from a different school. With no other option left, Batu ran like his life depended on it as they chased him down. During his escape, Batu stumbled upon a strange portal that sent him spiraling down far into the future. Now, Batu was trapped in a land of cyberpunk craziness, filled with androids, gangs, hot women, and the watchful eye of Big Brother. Follow Batu as he crazy journeys his way through all sorts of crazy and sexy encounters. Be warned, there will be smut of all kinds of good stuff mixed in with the plot. So this is my warning. If you're not into smutty books, this isn't the one for you. But if you are interested in a fish out of water, futuristic, move to the future story, fish out of water, this is the one I recommend for you. And with number 2, we return to RoyalRoad with Cyber Samurai, which is a cyberpunk lit RPG whose synopsis is as follows. With no recollection of the past, Damon suddenly finds himself in a role-playing game set in a futuristic city filled with high-tech cyberware, flying cars, and sci-fi katanas. But how did he get here? A new virtual reality system that wiped out his memories? An elaborate dream? Who knows? And honestly, who cares? It's not every day that you get to join a ragtag group of outcasts and live out your fantasies in a cyberpunk setting. From evading corrupt law enforcement, to bounty hunting, to taking part in gang wars, there's always something to do in the city of Neopolis. Not to mention the fame and fortune that comes with being a cyber samurai. With so much to do in such a crazy world, where should one set their sights to? For Damon, the answer is simple. He's gonna take over the entire city, and he's gonna have a damn good time doing it. So if you're interested in lit RPG stories with cyberpunk aesthetics, this one is for you. Highly recommend. And now, standing above all others, as our number 1 is TierOne from Webnovel. No, I'm not joking. Its actual title is TierOne. And no, I did not choose it as the number 1 simply because having a book called TierOne as number 1 sounded funny. I legitimately love this book. Now, for its synopsis. In the year of 2172, ST is a sarcastic young hacker who will have to work with the honorable officer's son to defeat authoritarian forces ruling the almighty city of TierOne. TierOne is a futuristic city ruled by one strict leader. However, other forces share determinate power over the citizens, while the city leadership rules ruthlessly to maintain order and constant progress. An organization known as the Trinity controls the underworld in the shadows of the slums. The triangle of power is completed by the Mask, a secret movement for identity that aims to put down the oppressive leadership and restore the city's origins from centuries ago. Sato, an individualistic citizen of TierOne, is a freelance hacker and a photographer born and raised between the metropolis skyscrapers. His burning disregard for authorities is tested after a random encounter with Officer Abram, a noble woman member of the city force. So that is my number 1 book. And I hope you like this video. I hope you follow it. If you enjoyed, I hope you follow the channel. If you enjoyed it, you can leave a like to the video if you liked it as well. And also remember, links to the books are in the description below if you want to check them out to their respective web fiction sites. And also, as I have mentioned, and I'm sure you're probably sick of hearing me say, I am also a web fiction writer. And I have my own book, Phantom Ddraig, which, though it isn't cyberpunk, It's action, not fantasy. So if you're interested in that, you'll also find a link in the description below, the 3 web fiction platforms that I have published it on. And with that, before I sign off, one more thing. I hope you remember that if you have anything you want me to do in future, any recommendation, any request, remember to leave it in the comments below, and I guarantee you I will do it. You can ask most of the people on the channel, or you can check my past videos. I do tend to honor my promises, so yeah. And I guess that's it. So this has been Red Chaos 1, signing off.